Productivity and quality management. Um, think about productivity. Think about quality. Yeah, and please reflect that no matter what you are going to do in your life, no matter what you are going to do, um, productivity is something which you would want to think about generally in life, uh, because all of us have same amount of time, as we all know, 24 hours. But then in those 24 hours, some people are able to do a lot more than other people. So maybe you would want to reflect on what are some of the reasons why that happens, and maybe would like to think it in another way also, like, um, even if you consider that you are not very productive and sometimes you are wasting your time, even if that is true, uh, there are certain times when your productivity level increases. Yeah, like for example, maybe when the semester starts, you don't really start studying from day one. uh, but then as the time comes to submit assignments and the exams are coming and the final exam is coming, then people start taking it more seriously maybe. So maybe seriousness is one factor which increases productivity. Maybe the more serious people become about what they want to do, they the more they realize that they need to do something. Realization, maybe another word can be realization. um, how true they are to the job, how much committed they are, their truthfulness, yeah, their commitment, yeah, their interest. And they are interested. When we are interested, we become more productive. Like if there is some, we see some show on Netflix and we like it, over the night and the next day, very quickly we watch all the previous seasons. Why that happens, why the productivity increases in terms of watching that? Because maybe it interests us for some reason. Yeah, and Abu is saying the productivity increases in the exam time, and that happens for everyone. Yeah, but then is that real productivity? Is that what is the definition of productivity? How you are going to look at that this is productivity, this is not productivity? Because in the exam time everyone is going to maybe study. So is that the real definition, or the way you want to look at productivity in your life? Is that the right way for you? And then it can be the case that in some segments your productivity is like that, just like Abu is saying, in exam time 100% focus, yeah, and otherwise not really. But there can be other segments in the life where your productivity is almost always very good. So even a person who is not really productive and people don't view them as someone who is putting out a lot of work, even in their life, you can, if you examine, you would see that there are some areas in which they are more productive. So and especially when you want to look at from the business point of view and you are working with other people, and you want to take out productivity from them, then it becomes very interesting to analyze that what really is productivity, how to make someone else. So first yourself, you would want to look at what makes you productive. It can be environment, like environment, you are, what type of place you sit in and it makes you productive. What type of place, like for example, for me, I like to go to work every day. Every day means every day. It means Saturdays, it means Sundays. Yeah, I just like to go there, even if for a short period of time. I don't have to stay, but I just like to go there. Yeah. Um, and it makes me, it puts me in an environment which I feel that I would be able to be more productive. We don't know if that is true or not. It is just the way I look at things, yeah, or my mindset. Yeah. So what is your mindset? Yeah. For some person, it can be something else. Like for some people, they would say that breaks are important for productivity. And if you, not some people, if you look at the literature written by top scholars, they are saying that human span is like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Give them a break after that. Let them go do something else. Then they will come back rejuvenated with more energy. Yeah. And that is what the scholarship, the academia say, that there is a research behind that. So it is hard to negate it because it is backed by research. But then you have to look at your own self, your own style. Like for example, me personally speaking, I'm just putting in my example just to share with you that you should also reflect in your own life that what is now. So the academia says that need break, but for me, I don't take breaks. I don't. That is not for me. So I'm not saying that research is wrong. That research is correct, because for most of the people, this is what I have seen, that a little break is sometimes is important, very important, to keep them on track. Yeah. But on the other hand, you would have to appreciate that there can be the things don't, nothing is true for everyone. Nothing in life, nothing. What is true for everyone? Is there any one universal truth which everyone is going to, maybe death? Everyone is going to die. Maybe some things like that. Of course, yes, can be some universal truth, like, but then outside of that, those type of things, like everyone needs to breathe or we need oxygen to live. Outside of those things, in business domain, nothing is true for everyone if you think about it. And you really need to spend some time in thinking about what makes you productive. But then there is a full industry which is making money from that. You go in Google, YouTube, and type productivity. What would make me productive? You are going to see a lot of videos in that. And yeah, we are not maybe working or something, and we say, all right, let me see something which is going to make me productive and whatever. And then you go on go on that video and you watch that, and then you watch the next one and next one, and they are going to tell you a couple of things. But is that going to make you productive? The question is that it's maybe going to motivate you. Like we all watch motivation clips every now and then, some people more, some people less, but even if we are not watching, they are going to come in social media or someplace. Yeah. So you watch that motivational clip and all of that, but how long the motivation stays? I'm sure you have experienced this in your life, that at one point you are very motivated, energetic, I'm going to do this, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then after some time you are like, and especially if the seriousness is not there, if the realization is not there, if the truthfulness is not there, if the commitment is not there, if the interest is not there. Yeah, these things which I was, and there are other things, I'm sure. I'm just giving some pointers to reflect on, and you guys are smart people. You are thinking about these things. And then the importance of, so should we watch these productivity clips? Yeah. Is taking a course in productivity and quality management with me or with anyone is going to make you productive? Yeah. No, it is not going to make you productive at all. At all. I don't think so. It might give you some ideas, it might give you some things, it might motivate you for a certain amount of time. Those things are possible, but over a long period of time, is this course going to make you productive? Is this course going to improve the quality of whatever you are going to do in your life? No. Yeah. Is reading some books going to make that? They don't take me wrong, they can push. I can push, I can try to push. Yeah, the books, the motivation, they are the push. Yeah, but they are not something which is going to just continue. So where the productivity and quality is going to improve from? Where? Yeah. Where? Yeah. Yeah. Where? We are talking about in some other course that all the important questions should be answered from within. All the important answers should come from within, not from outside. Yeah, should come from within. Yeah, you need to spend some time in knowing yourself, who you are, what motivates you, what is your passion, what is your purpose, what drives you. Yeah, those things are extremely important before you go on the journey of productivity and quality improvement and continuous improvement, those type of things. Yeah. When you are watching a clip, when you are watching a clip on productivity, yeah, on productivity, any guy, just go on YouTube and look. There's so many good ones. I'm not saying they are not good, very nicely made, they are saying the right things. Yeah, but they are just up in that moment, they're going to push you in that moment. Yeah, but the people who are making those videos, that material, that content on YouTube on productivity, quality, what I want you to think about is what motivates them, what is product, how they are productive. If they are making YouTube clips every other day, it takes time to make them and craft them and make them in a nice way. And you can't just put it like that. You have to edit it, you have to make it, put some background music, some nice visuals. All of that is going to take time. It's not that like I'm recording myself right now. It's just, if I just make it like this and just post it on somewhere, it's not, no one is going to really watch it. It's not. It's just, it's, you have to make it, put more things into this, like visuals, and as I'm talking about something comes in the background. You know how it works. People are like, they want the visual, and they want the hearing, and they want all of those things. So they spend a lot of time in making those productivity clips. What motivates them? What? So this is something I think which is very, very personal, on a very personal level. I think first thing you guys should think about, if you are taking this course, I am believing that you have some interest in productivity and quality, and you see its importance. Of course, it is very important. No matter which field you are going to go in, which direction you're going to take, the productivity is going to matter. Your quality of work is going to matter a lot in life, in anything you do. Yeah. Uh, so if that is true, which I'm believing, I hope it is true. um, then I think that first step is knowing yourself. Yeah, and if you have taken courses with me before, I think someone mentioned this. I think Carolina was mentioning in one of the sessions. Yeah. Knowing yourself, what motivates you, what are the things which are going to give, which when you are working on them, you are not thinking that it is work. You are working on something and you feel it is not work for you. Yeah, and I gave you my example, like working with you guys is not work for me. Yeah, it's not work for me. Yeah. So maybe that is one reason that maybe I don't give breaks. I can try out one time with you guys, maybe give break and see what happens. Yeah, you guys like it, I know that. Yeah, you guys like it, I know that for a fact. Yeah. So maybe finding something, how to find something which is like that, where you don't feel working when it is at work, you are feeling that you are not working. How to find that? Especially if look around, most of the people are unhappy with their job. Most of the people, very big majority. Run a Google search on this. Number of people unhappy from job. Just do it. Just percentage of the people unhappy with their job? You're going to see 70, 80%, 60%, something like that. Any country does not matter. Most of the people, very, even if it is 30% people, which is not, it is something like 60, 70, majority of the people. Even if even if 30% are not unhappy, what are we doing in the workforce? Work is where our time goes. You sleep, eat, spend time some with family, maybe do your own activities, and after that it is work. Even if you are not working, school is your work. Yeah, you are spending time in school. So now you are spending time in school. After that, you will be spending this time in at work. So work it takes a lot of time in our daily 8, 9 hours, 7 hours. It takes every day. So then being in some work which is not, you are not enjoying it. If you are not enjoying it, how you are going to give your best shot? How that is going to happen? Um, Maybe you are working because of money, or you need to pay bills and all of those things, which most of the people have to do it. But then, yeah, thanks Katie for that. Over 60% of the population, over 60%. That's an extremely high number. 60% are unhappy in their work. Thanks Katie. Yeah. Over 60%. Over 60%. Yeah. Is 6 out of every 10. You have 10 people, 6 are unhappy. And you look around. You don't have to look around. See, ask people, are you happy with your job? You are enjoying it, are looking forward to go to work? What are the what are the facial expressions of people when they are going to work? If some boss says that when it's time to leave, it's 4 5, depending on which country you are, 5 p.m. time to leave, and boss says, oh, by the way, this thing needs to be done. What are you excited about that? Or you say that, my god, I was going home. Why? Yeah. So yes, Katie, this is, I think, better way that more than half of us, it's very safe to say that. You can say it very safely that more than half of us are unhappy from that. So if a lot of time is going to be spent working, and then majority of the people are unhappy, then how you going to create a productive environment? How quality is going to come? Even if, let's say, you are productive and you don't have these issues, let's say that you are in that 40% or 30%. Yeah, let's say that I am in that for sure. Yeah, I really enjoy my work. Work is not work for me at all, at all. Yeah, but I have to work with other people. So if other people are not feeling that way, then it is going to impact my work also. So those people who are productive, those 40%, their work also gets impacted, unless it is maybe something individual or something. But in business world, it is not individual. It is, you have to bring in an input from different people. And if people are unhappy, they are not motivated, they are not feeling, they are looking for weekend all the time, and they are looking for holidays. And even if they are not, and they are good workers in the sense that they come on right time and they spend 8 hours, 7 hours at work, still that the passion, the burning desire for improvement, those sleepless nights are not, when they are always thinking how I can improve, this thing, how I can improve these things. Yeah, if that thing is not there, not going to happen. Those of you who are taking course with me last week, we concluded with that Lego. What was happening in that? Recall that. Is that one thing goes wrong, then no problem, it comes back. Another thing goes wrong, come back again. Fire in the place, no problem, come back again. Second time, fire in the place, no problem, come. What is that? It's not going to happen. For if you You have to really. I've noticed that some people are in some part unhappy because their co-workers are unhappy, and because of that, they are pretty bad companies, and they that way they take good emotions from those who usually enjoy. Beautiful. Yeah, this is true. We see this. You just have to reflect. I don't need to tell you these things. These are not some secrets which I have and I'm disclosing to them. No, it's just you just have to look around and observe. Yeah. Yeah. And even if you are also like me and you enjoy work, that is very good, but you should be able to reflect on these things. Like it is not true for everyone. Yeah. So in that context, if you are thinking about productivity and quality in that context, I just spent like 10-15 minutes in saying these things because the reason is that the most important thing, most important thing I can tell you. I don't know, maybe other people can tell you other things, and of course, they are going to better than what I can tell. But what I can tell you is the most important thing is that knowing yourself, knowing yourself. That is, I think, the most important thing. Spending time. Yeah. Job satisfaction is highest in India, 89%. Okay, very good. That's good to know that. I would like to look at, please put the link of where you are watching this number. This, to me, this don't, I'm not debating you. You must have seen something. So thanks for sharing. But this don't look right to me. 89% is very high. Yeah. Please see where are you seeing this number? What is the credibility of the source? Maybe look at some reports from World Bank. Yeah. Look some reports from United Nations. Yeah. Those type of things are maybe you should look at. It can be a possibility that in some sector maybe people are 89% is very high. Yeah, job satisfaction. Very very strange. Yeah, but okay. V forum, it's good. It's good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, if V forum is saying that, yeah, very good. Yeah. For majority of the places, this is not true. Yeah. But if V forum is saying that, I think there is credibility to what they are saying. What I was trying to say, that spending some time with yourself, knowing yourself, what motivates you, what what is the passion, where the purpose is, all of those things over a period of time this happens, and then you try to find it, and then maybe when you are doing that job, maybe um, you would enjoy that, and then if you are enjoying, then the time is not going to be the thing. If you are enjoying it, if you are enjoying it, then maybe you won't be looking at what is the time. It's time to sleep, time to eat, time to go home. Yeah. Although, balanced life is important. Don't take me wrong again. You need to sleep, you need to eat, all of those things. But I'm just saying that think about some person who made a lot of inventions. Yeah, Edison. Yeah, Edison, for example. Honorable Edison. Run a Google search on him. Yeah, how many inventions he made, Edison? Yeah. How many inventions? I think 1,000 or something. 1,000 inventions. I think. Don't quote me. Run a Google search and put in the chat. What are you seeing? Yeah. Um, um, Edison. Yeah. And one of the thanks very much. 1093 patents, almost 1,100 patents. Yeah, 1,100. Yeah. Read on him, his lifestyle. How he people don't make one invention in their lifetime. He has 1093 patents. 1093. 1,100 invention. One of the invention is, I think, electric bulbs which we use in our home. Yeah, one of them is that, I think. Don't quote me. Run a Google search and see what are the things he invented. What do you think was his lifestyle? He was working 8 hours and he was sleeping 8 hours, and he was, is that you think? No. Anyone who has any entrepreneur who set up their own business, you think they have like this? They say, okay, we're going to work 8 hours, just 8 hours, 7 hours, then off time, then I'm gone from the office. No, no, that is not how, especially this in the startup. Does not. Who is the richest guy in the world? Who is the richest guy? I think it is Tesla guy, one of the top three, four Tesla guy. Look at his lifestyle when he had problem with his business and he was trying to come back again. Uh, what is the name of Tesla guy? I'm forgetting. Yeah, yeah. Run a Google search. So yes, thanks, Musk, Elon Musk. So what he says in his interviews that he was at work working 18 hours a day, 18 hours, 17 hours, sleeping very few hours. Yeah, very few hours. 17, 18. He's Elon Musk. He does not have to work. Do you think he has to work to make an earning, living, so he can afford his life? Do you think that? No. He has a lot of money. He does not need to work anymore. He can just not work at all now and still lead a fine life, have anything he wants. Yeah. Where that productivity is coming from. Yeah, so that is, maybe he's doing something which he's passionate about, that passion. And so all those things is not something which you can find in some book, or someone else can answer that question for you, that what you are passionate about. They can help you, they can lead in the direction. Like for example, I can ask you, okay, what do you enjoy doing work, what type of things you like, those type of things. Yes, so it helps you to talk with other people and tell them that this is how I spend my time, I like this. More experienced people, they can give you guidance and all of those things, so that those things are helpful. But still you will have to at least be interested in spending time, that okay, I want to know that what I am really interested in, really, really, really. And with interests, the thing is that what you are interested today, it is a possibility you will not be interested tomorrow. Yeah. It is a possibility. So how to mitigate that challenge? So you are passionate about something, tomorrow you are not. It happens with human beings. Yeah? They fall in love with someone and they are crazy about them, and next thing they don't really care. This happens. Yeah, you have. I hope never happened with you, but look around. These things happen. So what is that? One moment you are really passionate about something, other moment you are not. So why? So you have to mitigate that challenge. Also, you want to think that you might be passionate and you might have found your calling and this is what you want to do for your rest of life, but you have to consider that, is it going to pay you, is it going to pay you enough to run your basic needs? Not talking about richness, but at least basic needs. You might be interested in something which is really amazing and you want to do that all the time, but if there is no financial thing coming from that, then, and you don't have anything to fall back. If you have parents and family and those type of things, then of course it is easier for you, and you can see what you want to do. But outside of that, it is, you have to. So now look at the, and now reflect that why is it that 60%, 70% of the world population don't really enjoy their work? If you look at the world, of course in some countries maybe the number is high. I did not run the search, to be honest. You guys should do that. Yeah, you guys should just look at good, nice, credible places and look for, there are 200 countries. See, take out the average, see what is overall picture of the things. So why you think that 60%, 50%, more than half are unhappy? Because of these things, because they have to run their their livelihood, and they have to, now they might be interested in something and they want to become something, but the life puts them in the situation where they need to do that. But then 1093 patents are not going to come. Yeah, because you will be working in a different mindset. You'll be saying that it's about mindset. These things are extremely important, that who we are, who we really are. The early you know, the better it is, because then you can set the course, set the direction. The early the better, early. But generally we don't spend time on this. We are just doing things, one thing after next, and next thing and next thing. That is how the life is. So I purposefully went quiet for 30 seconds or 20 seconds, I think. Oh, what feeling you went through in that? Was easy for you to say, okay, so it's quiet, or for most people, they have to do something. They have to talk, they have to keep on talking. They have to do something. I'm not doing anything. Yeah, they are in quarantine, they are not doing anything, so they are bored. And oh my god, they have to do something. Yeah, they have to do something. So where is the time for re- reflecting, just not doing something and just reflecting on? Of course, you cannot just continue reflecting all your life. Of course not. But for some period of time. Why do you think a lot of people change their lifestyle in this COVID-19 period? Run a Google search. How many people change their career paths in the last 1 year? You're going to see a lot of, papers on that. People who change their career path in the COVID time. Why that happened? They could have changed before also, but why in COVID time? Because they had nothing to do. They were sitting at home. They were reflecting on life. Were looking at people dying in different countries. They were asking themselves question, and they were saying, "What is?" They had time to sit down and reflect and social distance. So they never had that type of time before. Maybe they were just wake up, go to work. At you work, there are so many things to do. You just keep on doing that. Or in school also, there are so many things to do. If you have an active school life, now you don't have time. Basically, there are so many things to do. So in all of that, you don't. So what I'm trying to say is that take out time for yourself, earlier the better, and reflect on these things, and then see. And also, in this is never going to be ideal. The life is not about ideals, that you're not in a dream, it's not a fantasy that you say, oh, I that is the career I want to work in. That is also, so you have your ambition and you say, well, I'm going to work in that only, and I'm not going to work in anything else. No, that is not what I'm saying. You continue doing the things which needs to be done in your daily life. You continue those things. You need to work, you have a job, or you don't have a job, you look for a job which is going to pay the rent and whatever needs to be done. You continue with that. You do it in a well way, in a good way. You continue that. You try to enjoy it. You look it as an experience in life. You tell yourself that I'm not going to do it for the rest of my life. I'm doing it for the next year, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And meanwhile, preparing, I'm preparing for that ideal job which is most suitable for me. Yeah. So you have a job, or you have a career, and you have school, whatever you have, whatever you are doing, continue doing that. And in that, find some time to see how you're going to land to the better opportunity, better one, which is more where you will it's not just you will earn money, that you will also enjoy it. Our friend is saying, when you have found something you are really passionate about, then the money should magically appear. And if it does, then it wasn't your passion. Yeah, interesting point. Yeah, yeah. It's a very thanks very much, Katie. Yeah, thanks very much. And look at this 30,000, 31 countries, again, Microsoft website. So, work trend, considering leaving their employer this year. Many people in the world leaving their employer. Why? Why that happened? Maybe they got time. Many reasons, but one of them that they got time to think. They were away from work and they look at the realities of life. They reflected on it. Yeah. That time, I think, guys, before we start talking about productivity, and we are going to talk about so many things, God willing, productivity, quality, the basics, the literature, what are the best practices, all of those things we are going to talk about. Nothing to really worry about that part. But that part is easy part. That is not something which is, you can do it in your own time also if you want. I'm going to guide you a little bit, and then of course you are going to study in your own time and see how things goes. But then uh, then it is these questions which you want to really ask yourself, and no one can answer it for you, and no one should, because everyone has their own. Like if you ask your parents, what should I do? Let's say you ask your parents, what should I do? And your parents are going to tell you something else. They are going to tell, maybe they were not able to become doctor or engineer or lawyer or whatever, and they were going to, oh, you should become that, because that's the way they look at this for their life. That is what they wanted. They could not do it, or maybe they think that is the best profession for you. Of course, parents and other people, family members, they have our best interest in their heart. We agree or we don't agree, but this is true. They, generally speaking, they have. And we cannot really say that we cannot discard their opinion also. We need to reflect on it. But what I'm trying to say, don't just do something other people are telling you. If your friends are going in computer science and they are, everyone is into computer science and everyone wants to look at artificial intelligence, you're not, and you see there is a career in that, that is true. Data scientist, AI, these are very going to be great careers. Those of you who took course with me in the first week, we were talking about artificial intelligence in business management. It's a big career, interesting career also. Yeah. But don't do it because maybe I am saying it to you, or maybe the world is telling you, or maybe the reports are telling you. No. Read those reports, understand about technologies. Very good. But then you have to see where is your, maybe you are an artist. Maybe you paint. Maybe that is what gives you whatever you want from life. Meanwhile, continue doing the job. You are trying to become whatever. Continue do that, and then put the painting also there, and then see how you can balance both things, and then see how you can make money out of paintings. And over a period of time, maybe you will switch to paintings, and a time will come where people will just buy your paintings just like that, and you don't have to do anything else. You just paint and but do it over a period of time, maybe in the transition, especially if there is looking at the financial situation and all of those things. But so if I ask you, what are you passionate about? What is your purpose in life? What do you really want to do? You should be able to explain in one line, two lines. That is it. Without like, it's not some question where you are going to ponder, oh, let me think. What do I want to be in life? No, it's not like that. You need to be very clear about that. There's no doubt in your mind. It's clear, clarity of purpose, clarity, clarity, and you are not like. So for how that clarity is going to come, you should have spent time on thinking about that. Over a period of time, you have thought about these things. You have pros, cons, all those things. Your life circumstances, situations, all of those you want to consider also, and then you want to reach to that job as quickly as possible also. And then hopefully you will get the enjoyment, you will get the satisfaction, you will, and then the productivity is going to be a byproduct. Productivity will just happen. It will just happen. Quality will just improve. These are those are the byproducts you're going to gain from that. Some friends are putting some points in the chat. People had more time during COVID. Maybe that is, so Cathy is putting in something. I don't think it's only about the income and financial situation. The general work conditions are extremely important. For example, here in Germany, working in healthcare is well paid, but it's so stressful that only a minority wants to work in this industry. Yeah, very interesting point. Yeah, what is your, how you, what is your, what type of environment? We spoke about it. Environment is very important. Like when I said which environment motivates you, I said I like to go to work, and like every day I like, even for a short period of time. That environment. Yeah, it's not that I cannot work from home or anything. Can very easily work at home also, but it's just the maybe the mindset or something like that. Or maybe I never tried to work from home or something. Yeah. Those type of things interesting. So please spend, before we go into productivity and quality and those type of things, spend some time on thinking about these things. What are you passionate about? What really drives you? What motivates you? Where do you want to spend your time? Essentially, where do you want to spend your time? This is another way of asking the same question, that who you are. Yeah. It is sometimes it becomes difficult to answer who you are. So the alternative question, another way to look at all this thing which I was trying to say for some time now, the alternative question is, where do you want to spend your time? Yeah, time, 24 hours. How do you allocate your time? What time you wake up? Just make a chart. You say chart, make a chart. What time you wake up? What are the things you do after that? Is start writing them down. Wake up at 8 a.m., let's say. What do you do after that? You take a shower, you go for a run, you go whatever. How much time till 10? What do you after that? 10 to 12, what you do? 12 noon, what you do? You sleep again, maybe. I don't know. After that, what do you do? Do you start cooking? How much time it takes in cooking? When do you study? When do you work? All of that full day. What do you do in the night? How much time you spend on internet? You go on YouTube to look for one thing, and then you start looking at next and next and next, and it keeps giving you the material which you will like. Or you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, they keep on giving you the same same type of things which you are going to like, of course, because the algorithm is working behind the scenes. It's going to give you what you are looking for. Whatever you will look for, it's going to push that to you, and that is going to make you interested because you are looking at it. So you will spend a lot of time in. So what is going to happen to the productivity? So time, yeah, where do you want to spend your time? The key fundamental question in productivity. So you have to look at that in your life. How I'm spending my time, what is I'm doing with my time. And that, if you carefully look at how you are spending your time, it is going to tell a lot about your personality, about your interest, what you want to do. Because we spend time where we feel this thing is important, they're generally speaking, or which is important, what excites them, or what they enjoy, or what is fun for them, those type of things. Yeah. So this is the first activity I'm asking you to do. You can reflect it in your today's work also, today's reflection. You can reflect on this also briefly, and maybe share with me how you are, what is your strategy, or if you have found your purpose already or passion, that is again very interesting. And you can share what are the obstacles you are having in now continuing or whatever on this. So please spend some time in thinking about what are you passionate about, what drives you, what is your strategy to find a work in the field which is your calling, all of those type of things. Because then after that, if this thing we catch this thing, then personally speaking, of course not 100%, but most of the times, if someone goes into that space which they can connect, then productivity, quality improvements are the byproducts most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. So think about these things. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to would like to look at some things. I would like to look at a video maybe. Yeah. And what I want you to reflect on is that um, what is quality to you? What is quality to you? Because think about it, quality is different for different people. So think about it, what is quality to you? How do you define quality, and so on? But we're going to watch a short clip and see what can be done.
Juice. Andy's orange juice is made fresh, served cold, and is orangey and juicy. This is Andy. Andy has a business making orange juice. Andy's orange juice is made fresh, served cold, and is, well, orangey and juicy. So how does a business like Andy's benefit from the application of quality management? This is the handy guide to... All the way up. That's it. Quality. Like many businesses, Andy manages a process to form a product, which he sells. Obviously, it involves oranges. Andy knows his business like the back of his hand, but he thinks improvements could be made. The problem is, where to begin? So he begins with Mandy. Mandy is a quality manager, and she and Andy will be knuckling down to find out how to improve the organization. So what do we mean by quality? Here are some handy tips from Mandy. Quality isn't only about how good Andy's orange juice tastes. It's a word that applies to every system, process, and practice that delivers a product or service to a customer. Quality means delivering efficient systems and increasing profits. Meeting or even exceeding the customer's expectations. A quality professional like Mandy starts by exploring what the customer wants. Is there a difference, for instance, between what the customer wants and what the customer gets? Every customer is different, and Andy needs to keep them all sweet. Three of Andy's customers aren't satisfied. But why? Luckily, Mandy's got some tricks up her sleeve. Quality professionals design processes to gauge and respond to the customer's expectations. Andy's orange juice is served with juicy bits in. But Mandy discovers that 30% of his customers would actually prefer their OJ smooth. So Mandy has a solution.
This is the Juicatron 4000, the Turbo Juicer, for smooth juice or juice with juicy bits.
So, with the help of a quality professional, Andy's grown his business, kept more customers, diversified his product, and improved the production process. And he's no longer a one-man band. Let's see how they're doing. With all those thirsty customers, Andy has to keep production ticking over like clockwork. Juice output has doubled, but there's always room for improvement, and quality professionals like Mandy are constantly on the lookout. Even small changes can make a huge difference. Together, Andy and Mandy have raised productivity, satisfied the customers' needs, increased profits, and kept the workforce happy. Andy and Mandy seem to have clicked. And so Andy can now think about how to grow the business even further. The quest for quality never ends, and Mandy is ready to meet any challenge. Quality and good business go hand in hand.
Yes, so please reflect on what are the things you saw in this very short in this very short clip. Yes, Melissa, please go ahead.
Hello again, sir, and
Yes, hi.
others. I want to say that the video about the system process, customer expectation, and what the customers want and what the customers get. And I thought that the innovations improve the overall process, as we've seen in the machine example.
Right.
And but on the other hand, although I believe that innovation alone is not enough, because
Mm.
you think that if these oranges are not fresh, it will not how to say suitable for the customers' expectations.
Mm.
It's not alone sufficient. That's what I want to say.
Definitely, one thing alone is not sufficient. All the things
Mm-hmm.
need to come
But
together when you are.
but I think that exactly it improves the process overall, the efficiency, I mean.
Definitely, definitely.
Mhm.
True.
Thank you.
Our friend is talking about systems, how important then it would be to have a good supporting system if you want to um, give some type of productivity or quality. Think about that. It's not alone you can do it. You have to have a system. And with system, connect with all the things I have been saying since we started. Like you can be motivated, you can be productive, you have found your passion, but you are a part of system. And if other people don't feel that same type of burning desire for improvement and all of those things, then you are going to face the challenges, like Katie was mentioning some challenges in the chat. So you are going to face those type of challenges. So it is going to be very, very hard. So importance of system, importance of processes. You saw in the clip that they brought in some innovation. They brought in a new technology. What was new technology? A new type of juicer. Depending on different businesses, they are going to maybe bring something more innovative. Juicer is a very, I selected a very simple basic example for you guys, but this is what it is. Now you can go in any system, and you can go in any business, any industry, but you will be looking at these things. You will be trying to improve system processes, customer expectations, and then if you can recall from earlier weeks, because things are linked. Melissa, again, our same friend, was making a comment in sessions that it is very hard to really understand what customers really want. Yeah, if you guys can really recall that. And then in all of that, market research, how important it would be to really, like Katie is saying, it is so important to communicate with customers, to know their needs instead of just guessing what customers want. Really know them. Yeah, this can be very tricky. Market research, understanding your customers can, you might understand your customers and start giving them what they want, and then you might make a mistake. Um, the customer might go to the competition just to, because he could not find the product from you, they might go to the competition. If competition is doing a good job and they really treat the customer in an exceptional way and they make customer happy, and instead of happy they make them delighted, the customer satisfaction is, what is customer satisfaction? Some books are saying that it is exceeding the expectation of customer. The customer is coming in for a certain type of quality which he expect that he will pay this much and this is what he's going to get in return. You have to exceed those expectations. If you are just meeting the expectations, then the customer was already expecting this. So when he will see that, nothing is going to happen in his brain, because that was his expectation. He got what he was expecting. Yeah. But if you are going to exceed customer satisfaction, then of course the different type of engagement you will create with your like when you go to a restaurant and you have expectations, you might not say it, but in your mind you have expectations. You have expectations of everything, of anything. You have expectations from today's conversation, this interaction. When you came in, you had certain expectations in your mind that this is going to happen. Those who knew me already, they had certain different expectations. Maybe those who are seeing me for the first time, they have different expectations. So if I'm just meeting those expectations which you already had, then nothing magic is not going to happen. It's going to happen when you will be expecting something and I over deliver on that. I give you something which is not what you expected, or if your takeaway is bigger than the time invested. Yeah. If that happens, then the relationship is different. So you go in a restaurant, if they are doing the basic things, you order the food, they bring on time, courteous service, good environment, and you expected those things, and nothing major is going to happen. The major is going to happen when they do something which you did not really expect, and they gave you something, or they made you feel in a certain way that you don't really feel when you go to restaurants, because you are just going to eat, but maybe they welcomed you in a way. Maybe you made a request and they obliged to your request in a different way. Yeah. So many things can happen in that domain. So expectations, and then it is possibility that what customer is expecting, that is not possible for the business. Maybe the customer is expecting too much. Yeah. It's not in that price bracket which you maybe can deliver that thing to the customer, but not for that price. They might have to pay more for that. So many businesses, you will see that, okay, this is the basic you are getting, but if you want more, you have to pay this much, and if you want even more, you need this much. Now, for anything, like you go on online, you uh, register on different websites. You must have seen this all the time. Like the basic is free, basic software is free, maybe you can use it, but it is basic. If you want to do this, then this is the price. And if you want to do this is the price. You go to watch a movie in the theater. Well, it has been a while now because of COVID, but if you go, and when you go, or in the past you have gone, there are different seats. like in the front row, front row, close to the big screen, the less price. Then you go a little distance, then a different price. And then you go in the back, different price. And then they maybe have a box or something fancy in the back. You can sit there, you can maybe, do different things there. They have the seats are different. Maybe you are watching the same movie, but what is that? In the same theater, but they have segregated. And if you want a basic, you pay this. If you want a little bit more luxury, this more luxury. In the cars, for example, you want a basic car model, this is the price. Now you can add to that. You can add whatever you want to the car when you are buying a new car. Yeah, on the website, you can go on any website, car uh, companies which sell cars. What is that? So this is, the companies have, they can offer many things, but now they have to look at the pricing of the product also. So how the pricing of the product is linked with quality. Yeah. How the pricing of the product in your mind is linked to quality. So if a thing is more expensive, generally speaking, people think that maybe the quality is better, generally speaking. And as the price goes up, you start thinking maybe the quality is better and better. It's many times it is true, sometimes it is not true. Yeah. And what is the reason of that? What is quality? If I ask you this question, it seems a very simple question, very straightforward. But I invite you to answer this question. What is quality to you, everyone? Please go ahead and tell us. What is quality to you? How do you define quality? Not asking for a book definition. What is quality to you, personally speaking? Now you can think of any product, any service which you like, yeah. And now you can um, maybe think about this, that what really is quality to you. Yeah? What is quality to you? Is it the durability of the product, that when you buy some product it stays with you for a long period of time? That is the quality attribute which you are looking for. Is it the comfort? Yeah, which, if the thing is comfortable, that is quality to you. If it is it luxurious, that is quality to you. And link it with the price, the pricing of the thing. Like you might want to what is quality? Like, I got this pen you are looking for. It's a regular pen, um, um, for a regular price. But is it a quality product for me? Yes, it is a quality product for me, because quality is dependent on the price. So what I paid and what I'm getting, based on that, I think this is a quality product. But if you increase the price 10 times of the same product, then maybe it won't be quality product for me, because they are charging too much for this. The link of pricing with quality and other attributes which other friends have mentioned. Uh, those things are important to think about. Okay, Thamlini is saying quality refers to how good something is compared to other similar things. Yeah, other similar things. Similar, you have to think about similar products. So now this pen, you need to compare it with the similar pens which are in the same price bracket of the same type, of ink, for example. Yeah, there are different types of inks. Yeah, many different types. Yeah, so all those things you need to consider the similarity. Yeah, you cannot compare this pen with some other fancy pen which is like very expensive, and there are different type of pens in the market. I remember I was traveling, and I stopped by some bookshop, and there was a rack there. and they had some pens there, and for one pen they said that this is the price, and of course this is a lot of money. So um, but before but we want you to write something with this pen to analyze that why it is so expensive. And I looked at the pen, it was of course extremely expensive, and I said, okay, let me write it with you. I don't have to pay anything for that. Is there for a try. I wrote with it, and I remember I wrote my name on the piece of paper, and that was amazing feeling. That was amazing. The quality of the paper, amazing. The way my hand ran on my name. And name is something, I write my name quite often. So I was fluent in writing. So that fluency, that stroke of writing, that experience was great. Yeah. Now this happened, I think 3-4 years ago, but I still remember very, very clearly. Yeah. So that is of course a quality pen, but you have to pay that type of money for. And then different things, if someone, you are how you are going to use it. Someone mentioned environments. So in which environment I'm going to use it? If I am in an environment where other people usually ask or borrows my pen, or they say, okay, please can I borrow your pen or something, maybe this is the pen, this is the quality pen for me in that environment. Because if someone asks, I can give it to them, and then don't to worry too much if I don't get it back. But if the other expensive pen I'm using, and I'm in the same environment, and people are going to ask me, can we borrow your pen, then I might have to, like, I might give it to them, but of course then I would want to maybe would want it back or something like that. Is the just the definition of quality, it is uh, quite an exercise to agree on what is the definition of quality. What is quality to you in this situation? What is quality to you? Because it's, you can do this exercise. Different people, they will define it very differently, very differently. Yeah. There are so many factors um, in this. Let me see what are you guys saying in. Okay, Fatma is saying it's very interesting. For me, quality is the well functioning of a product or service, being able to do what it is made for without having any trouble. Very interesting example. A simple, straightforward thing. Right? The thing I got, it functions properly. What I bought it for, it do that job, and it does not give me any trouble. It is a quality product. I don't need to now go and pay too much for anything. Yeah. What I'm looking for is, it does not give me trouble, and what it is meant to do, it do that. So this pen, it does not give me trouble. If I put it in my pocket, it does not leak ink and stain my shirt. And when I'm writing, it does not stop until the ink is finished. It does not give me any trouble. When the ink is finished, then it is different thing. So that is a basic thing. Basic. So this is quality product for me. But if I want to show off my pen, like, okay, when I'm holding my pen, is people should look at it. Oh my God, this pen he's holding, my God. So some people have that, they want to impress the society. Yeah. People, the type of, for example, the brand consciousness, and then other type of things, like for brands. Yeah. So is you go in the shop and you see 200, 300, 400, 500. The price goes on and on. You say $500 shirt in the shop. What is the price, the real price of that shirt? Is it $500? No, it is not 500. It is the price of that brand, of that image, which you're going to carry when you will wear that. Yeah. It is many times that. In which conditions it is made? It is made maybe in a developing country. Link it with the last week's discussion. International business management. Link it with ethics. Yeah, those type of things you can link with. Yeah. So a very interesting way of looking at it. Quality is exceeding expectations for the product regarding purpose and price. Beautiful, beautiful. Leah. Yeah, Leah is saying quality is exceeding expectation. Yeah, I would definitely would like to talk about exceeding expectation, because I think that is very important. Okay, some friends are making some points in the chat. You can, yeah, yeah, Leah, very good. Because in this now, you are making one pen, and now different people look at quality differently. But you want to make sales not just to one person, to a group of people. Then how to decide that these are the attributes which are a must for our product? Must for our product. Because if you think about it, it's a it's quite tricky. It's quite tricky. And that is where that whole debate comes, where customer does not know what they what they really want. Customers don't know what they really want. And that is where we closed off on international market, for example, on Friday. So many times you are looking at an advertisement, and the way they show it to you, you feel that you want it, but you don't really need it. It's the same like you want to upgrade your phone. You think your phone is now old, and you want to get a new phone because you associate certain qualities to having that new phone, how you will be perceived in your friend circle, and how you will feel, and all of those things. You go and buy a new phone, but did you really need it, the new phone? Maybe not. Maybe the last phone was working fine. But so a couple of things. One thing, that there is no certain definition which you can say that, okay, this must be the quality of the product. Of course, companies do market research and all of that, and make informed decisions, and try to have as many attributes of quality product which customer is going to associate with this pen or anything you are thinking about. But not all of them are going to agree. Not all of them. That is why it is pretty hard to find a product which everyone thinks that it is very amazing, it is beautiful. For any product in world, you might be liking it very much, but there are always going to be people who are going to say that for this price it is not worth it, the price is too much, or something like that. Yeah. So why is that? Because the perception of quality is not same for everyone. It's not same. Like the person you find most attractive in you see someone and you say, oh my god, he's so handsome, or she's very pretty, or whatever. So for you, maybe when I look at the same person and you tell me, oh, I love that person, look at her, and I look at her and I say, well, she's okay girl, why you are getting too crazy about her? There's nothing too big about her. So why is that? For one person, someone is very big, for other person it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. So this is very interesting things to. Yeah, so the very Eleonora is saying that most often it is just finding something that please most people at the same time. Most of the time, that is, they spend most majority of the people in the target market. Of course, from your marketing course, you look at the target market who are you making this pen for? That again, something where it should be very clear before you start manufacturing. Who is going to buy? What is their income level? What is their lifestyle? How they use their pens, in which environments they use pens, and all of those things. So for majority of the people, if they can find a decent amount of segment in the market, then maybe it is going to work out. So many things are linked with definition of quality, customer perception, playing with customer perception, with price also. Yeah. Um, how they place the product in the market, where it is placed, in which segment it is placed. That also has a lot of uh, that has a lot to do with which product people are going to buy, and how markets manipulate our thinking that, oh, this is a quality product. Manipulation of customer psyche without even knowing. Let me try to give some example. So let's say that let's say you go there, um, what example I can make? Let's say that you are there in the market to buy some drink. You are there to buy some drink. Yeah. And let's say the drink, you go in the drink section. You are in the market and you are in the drinks section where they have placed the market. So I'm actually trying to talk about manipulation of customer perception in terms of quality. Yeah, quality of the product. So you go in the market, supermarket. You are there to buy drink, and you go on the shelf where they have placed the drinks of different prices. Yeah. So maybe you think that $40 is not a lot of money for a drink. Maybe that is what you think. And um, it's a normal price. Let's say your normal price for different people, it is different. I'm saying $40. Yeah, $40 is a normal price for you. So you go in the shelf and you start looking at the pricing of the product. You are looking at the product and looking at the price, looking at the product. So I'm talking about how they are going to play with your perception. So this is how they are going to play with the perception. So for you 40 is normal, yeah? So they will place couple of drinks for $5, couple of them for $10, couple of them for $20, and then there will be one drink which is $45. Yeah. So look at it how they play with your perception. So the drink which is $5, $10, $15, those drinks are not bad quality. They are fine quality drinks. That should be maybe the regular price of the thing. Yeah. But because as a customer you are someone who can pay $40 for a drink, you don't mind that in your perception, in your budget. That is fine price. So they, with those products which are 5, 10, 20, $25, when you see a product which is $45, just subconsciously your mind says that this is exotic, this is luxury drink, is something very interesting, because you compare it with other drinks. You see, one of our friends mentioned about comparison in the chat. I'm forgetting who, but you can go in the, so from there I'm getting this idea. So you compare, you see, okay, this is 5, this is 10, this is 20, this one is 45, this must be very good. So my budget is 40, okay, let me invest in 45, this is going to be amazing. So what is that? Yeah, they manipulated you by putting it with those drinks. So now drinks are of different prices. So you go to the some, now when you will go in a luxury shop, luxury drink shop. Yeah. So in that shop now, they are going to place $40 and then $60 and then $80. So when you are on that shelf, you will have to think, if you are going to buy for that the $40 drink, that is the low level drink for those type of customers who are going to come in that shop. Yeah. So it is, you are comparing all the time you are comparing. So link it with generally in life. This is a very nice pen. I really like it. It is doing the purpose, but it is not expensive pen. So if all other people have more expensive pens, then how comfortable I will be in taking out this pen from my pocket and writing something down with it, because everyone will look at my pen also, and from that they are going to create some perception about the quality of my life. Quality of my life. Yeah. Without even knowing, like your phone is maybe very good, it's fine phone, but with certain type of people who have certain phones, maybe you will be a little bit reluctant to take out that phone because they have better phones. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that happens, not in all societies. In certain societies that happen, certain type of people from different backgrounds, those things happen. Yeah. So how companies price a product at a higher level, just to play with the perception that it is of a better quality. Yeah, maybe it is better quality, but most of the time it is the brand of the thing, most of the time. So are you going to, just like Fatma was saying, are you paying for the product for its usability? Like, you want to use it, you want a laptop, you want it to be functioning, it should not crash, it should have good voice, good decent camera. It can do the basic function, and that is fine. Yeah. So how much it is going to cost? Maybe 200, 300, $400 you can buy the camera, the laptop. But then there are laptops which are maybe 2,000, 3,000, $4,000. So if you want to buy those, like, what are you doing? It's not just the usage for you. You want to be seen with the laptop, and you want to portray a certain characteristic of your life, a certain quality you want to demonstrate, that I am someone who use these type of things. So yeah, the very, very interesting things to uh, reflect on. In the video, if you were paying attention, they mentioned that even the small things sometimes make a big impact, like small change in the process, small change, small improvement, incremental improvement. Yeah, small incremental improvement is going to make a lot of difference. And with productivity also, I'm going to say that if you are going to go for a big change in productivity in your life, I want to make a big change, like you are someone who does not walk, who does not jog, and one day you are saying, oh, I'm going to start walking from tomorrow morning, and you also don't wake up very early, and you set the time at the early hours in the morning. What is going to happen? You might go one day, you might go 2 days, but is it going to sustain? Maybe not. Maybe not. Why that happened? You wanted to walk, but you are not used to that. You are trying to make a sudden quick movement to improve your productivity. Yeah. It won't be sustainable. You are not used to waking up early morning, so you will be a little bit, not in a good mood. When we don't get proper sleep, it impacts our mood. Yeah, not having proper sleep impacts mood. There's a research behind this. And then if you are not in good mood, then even the work which you would have enjoyed, you are not going to enjoy it, because you're you're sleep deprived or something. For a short period of time, maybe you will, but over a long period of time, these things are going to impact your productivity. So I hope you can make some linkages with what are the things I am mentioning, and what are the things you saw in the clip. Very basic clip, but and our friends are saying something in the chat, so look into that. Another interesting pointer, very important in terms of quality production, quality businesses, you will always see that they are diversified. Most of the time, they are not just making one product. Most of the time, they are into different type of businesses, diversification of portfolio. Yeah. Why do they do that? Why diversified? Having a diversified portfolio of products or services helps in improving quality over a long period of time. Yeah, maybe because there are different departments, people can collaborate ideas. Maybe that can be one reason. Innovation, you guys were talking about how innovation comes in, and you are maybe working on um, with in different environments with different set of people. You are working on things. Yeah, maybe that is going to assist you. So multiple projects. On the other hand, they say that focus for productivity, focus is very important. So in one time, you should be focusing on one job and not think about other things. One time is like right now I'm with you, I'm just thinking about this, what I'm doing with you here, what is happening here. My full attention, 100%, I'm not thinking about anything. Yeah, even if I'm thinking about pen or anything else, it is with this, with with this course, with this conversation, I'm thinking about other things. Nothing else I'm really thinking about. Yeah. So what is that? That is focus. Yeah. Yeah. When you are focused on one thing, productivity automatically improves, just because of the reason that you are focused. Yeah. Productivity, again, as I mentioned earlier, is a byproduct. Quality is a byproduct of other things which I mentioned in the first half an hour, 45 minutes. You are talking about those things. Those things, when they are in place, the productivity and quality are byproducts. So another thing is focus. And you are focused on one project, one thing, with all your energies, you know, your mental energy, your physical energy, your emotional energy, everything is in one space, in one time. So when it is going to, when you will be, when you will be focusing, your productivity will improve, the quality will improve. Yeah. Now it can be the case that other people don't like that quality. So for me, what I am doing, because I am focused, my productivity and quality has improved. That is for me. But that does not promise that you are enjoying what is happening. That does not promise you are liking it or not. It is just from my side that I am focused. My productivity, my quality will go up. Yeah. And you are the customers. Some customers are going to like it, some customers are not going to like it. So you want to see that majority of the customers like it. That is what you can do. And those are the things you guys mentioned in the chat, if you can link with that. One more thing, I made a note here and you guys also mentioned exceeding customer expectation. Exceeding customer expectation. Exceeding. Always, whatever you are doing, if this one thing you can do, is going to improve, it is going to bring good benefits for whatever you are doing, whatever project you are doing. Exceed the exceed the exceed what is normal. Yeah. Whatever is normal, exceed that. Yeah. Normal, whatever people do normally in that area, you just exceed it. Yeah. Whatever job role you are in, whatever, like if it is required for you to work 8 hours and you are productive, if you are going to put 8.5 hours, it's half hour. 5 o'clock is the cutoff time. You will see people start leaving 5 because they are mentally ready before 5. They'll start leaving, start leaving. Even if you stay half an hour more, uh, people are going to notice. Your boss is maybe going to notice. Other people are going to notice. And this person is working a little harder than other people. Yeah, if you just start coming to work like 15-20 minutes before, you will see that no one is there. No one is there. People start, very few people are there. If there are, most people want to come on time. So when you even a little bit of a time earlier, that gives a, what are you doing? You are exceeding the expectation of the market. I want to tell a little story for exceeding customer expectation, and that will hopefully clear the point which I was trying to make a minute ago. And this is a real story. Once upon a time, there was a seller who was not a rich man. It's a poor man who would buy oranges, fruits, bananas, different type of fruits from the market and come back and sell it in his area, whatever area he was in. A small shop, like a little board, uh, go to the market, bring fruits, come back in the area, sell the fruits. And in that area, there were so many other people who were doing that. Was a fruit market type of thing. So many other people were selling fruits in that area. He was one of many. So one day, what happened is that some person comes to him. This is a real story. This happened in reality. So someone comes to buy bananas, and he says, okay, how many bananas you want? The customer says, give me 1 dozen. Dozen has 12. Yeah, give me 1 dozen bananas. So the shopkeeper, this guy, he gives the bananas, and the lady goes home. When she goes home and opens the bag and looks at the bananas, she sees that he gave her 13 bananas, 1 3. So she asked for a dozen bananas, but he gives her 13. So what it means, 1 extra banana, 1 more banana. She sees it. She says, oh, why I have 1 more banana? Next time when she goes back and she says, okay, give me this, whatever she buys. And she tells him that last time I came to you, I got bananas. I paid for dozen, but by mistake you gave me 13. So please charge for that. She's a good woman there, good girl, good lady. So he says, oh, I gave you 13. Okay, no problem. Maybe by mistake I gave you, no problem. You can keep that. And she goes. When she goes home now and she opens the bag, she sees that for everything, whatever she bought, she got 1 extra. So let's say she asked for a dozen oranges, she has 13, 1 extra. She asked for whatever fruits, mangoes, dozen mangoes, 1 extra. Everything is 1 extra. She said, what is this? What is this? So she goes back again and she asks. Now when she goes back to the market, now she has to go to the same person because this situation is also there. So she's going to him. Although there are so many other sellers, but she goes back to him and tells him, and he says, oh, maybe by mistake, you want anything else? And the girl says, yes, give me this, and. But he's doing this with everyone. All the people who would come to him and ask, give me this, give me that, as long as it is at least 1 dozen, he would give them 1 extra. If it is less than dozen, then not. If someone asks for six bananas, then he gets 6. But as long as it is dozen and more, he would put 1 extra in that. So he's doing it with everyone. So before anything, customers around the place started knowing, because now people were talking. People were talking about him. They would say, oh, in that shop, if you go to that shop, you are going to get 1 extra. Yeah, so now what is happening? Those customers which bought from him once, they are coming back to him every time, of course, because he gives extra. which no one else is going to give. So, and there is a market reputation also. So people are knowing, customers are knowing, and so before he knows, all customers in the market, there are many shops, big market. All the people are coming to him, and other vendors are nearby, and they are saying, "Why everyone is going to him? What is the? We have the same product. The quality is fine." The quality is fine. What is happening here? And that guy did not go to school or anything. He's a regular guy. Yeah. But now other people also knew about this thing. Just like Melissa is saying, then the profit of the market will increase or something like that. Yeah. But other people did not had that courage to give more than what is expected. Other shopkeepers were thinking, if someone is buying a dozen and we give them one more extra, then how we are going to make money? We are not going to make money. There is not much profit in this. But he is doing this. He is just doing this. Before he knows customers are coming to him, he started buying and this is a real story. This is a real story. This happened. Yeah. And he started buying other places, other small places, and then he bought a shop, and he bought the next shop, and eventually we saw in that area that all the other vendors slowly their business ended because customers were not willing to come to them, because they knew that if they go to that shop, the quality is same, but they will get one extra. But the other business owners or the fruit sellers, they were not realizing this thing. They were just thinking that if we give extra, we will not make it. And that is and over a period of time, that person became very rich. He bought the whole market just by. Still, even now, he has that same practice. Like now he gives juice also, juice glass. Yeah. So someone comes to for a juice glass, he will give them a glass like this. Okay, this is a glass which you are getting, and with this glass is going to give them a small glass, very small, like small glass, that is extra. So you pay for this, you get a small glass also, something extra. So when you are giving something extra, generally speaking, human psyche says that you are losing. But maybe that is not true, because when you are giving extra, there is some dynamics happen in the market which not everyone can see. Of course, not all of you are going to agree with giving extra also. That is fine. I'm just sharing some thought of something which I saw and it happened in reality. Yeah. Very interesting. So when you are doing some project, you are working on something, you are hired to work 7 hours. Give 7 hours and 20 minutes, 15 minutes, a little extra than what was required, a little extra. Yeah. Of course, you have to look at the guidelines or something like that. Like, you have to look at the situation, what it is. But it's not just about time also. It is your commitment also. So if you are employed for 1 hour, okay, you work for 1 hour, but in that 1 hour you give a little extra of yourself. So you are working same time, you are giving a little extra of yourself. So that will increase the productivity and quality. If you are doing it with the, if it is coming internally, of course, just me saying and me telling you do this and do that, that is not how it works. You have to agree with that. It should, the idea should sell to you. Like if you are that if you are in that same market and you learn this, would you give something extra? If someone asks for a dozen, would you give extra? No one did in that market. There were so many shops, 30, 40, 50 shops were there. No one did, because people did not, it did not make sense to them. They said, why, what is this? Why do you buy what you buy, you get that. The quality, you will get a good quality, but why, what is this extra thing? Yeah. So uh, And generally, and then link it with the earlier discussion that people are not happy with their work. Yeah. If they are not happy with the work, they will be struggling to give what is due, what is required. So where, why they are going to give extra? This extra for extra, you have to then go back to the same question that where are you spending your time and what are you passionate about? Because only in that thing you can give extra. Because giving extra is going to drain you. It is going to take a lot of energy from you. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of energy from you to give out something for which you are not paid for, to give out extra time you are not paid off. It's going to take off. Yeah. I was talking with a friend and um, um, was talking with a friend and we were talking about work. And he asked me, how many hours did you work today? How many hours? Please pay attention. How many hours did you work today? He asked me. So I said, today I worked 3 hours. I worked 3 hours today. So he was very surprised. He said, well, you are at work from morning when the work start. And it is now 3 hours beyond the work time. So work was supposed to end 3 hours before, but you are still here. We are still here. You are working and we are talking a little bit also, but you are at work. So how come you just work 3 hours? So I said to him that work starts after work. Yeah, work starts after work. Work starts after work. So those the regular time which I'm employed to work, that I'm going to work, because if I don't work that time, then it will be problem for me. So I need to work that much, and everyone is working that many hours. All the colleagues we have, all of them are working that same hours. So that is not work. That is, you have to do it. Which work you are talking about? That is, you have to do it. And then after work has ended, now you decide, okay, I'm going to work, continue working on this. So for your productivity is going to increase. The more time you are going to give to something and you are enjoying it, most of the time it is going to improve productivity. Of course, when you need to sleep and when you need to eat and have to do other things, meet someone, do something outside, go to beach, have fun, those things are important in life. You are doing those things, of course, but work starts after work. Like at the end of this session, if I ask you how many hours we studied, how many hours you studied, so although we would have spent 3 hours together, we spent 3 hours together, but how many hours did you study? You did not study anything yet. You did not study. It's zero minute. 3 hours we spend time together talking about these things, but it's not your study time. It cannot be included in your study time. You are to do that. If you don't come to class, if you don't participate, if you don't do the things, you don't do the reflection, you're not going to pass the course. Yeah. So there are those things you have to do those things. It's not work or it's not study. It's not. So after these 3 hours, how many more hours you spend in thinking about these things? That is where what time should be counted. Yeah. But this is not how we look at things. And I'm not saying look at it like this. I'm just sharing a perception. Yeah, that how many hours you worked. Everyone worked 8 hours. How many hours you worked? So, in other words, productivity is. People say that you can spend 7 hours at work and that is enough, and you can be very productive, and you can produce a lot of things if you use that time strategically and all of that thing. I'm aware of those things. Maybe some of you also think like that. But we spoke about Edison. Our friend told us 1093 patents, 1093. One of them is electric bulb, I think. One of them. How useful it is. It is in every home in the world, almost. Those who can buy. I should not say every home, because we were talking about international business last week, and I told you what is happening in the world. So it is not everyone has access to electricity and all those things, but those who have, they have at least one electric bulb, and in some houses there are a lot of electric bulbs. Who is the person behind that? It is Edison. It is, he spent how many hours he worked. How many hours he worked. That is something to think about. So this was a little story for you, exceeding customer expectation and what really happened after that. Yes, I think someone raised their hand. I think Melissa or anyone who wants to say something, and please contribute to the discussion. Our friends, you want to, have not been looking at chat too much, but anyone who wants to say something, or they have different viewpoint, please come ahead, share different viewpoint here. Um, I know people think very differently on productivity and work hours, and some people are excited about work-life balance, and people are from different countries, Germany and different countries in Europe, all, and other places also. So in different countries, is the culture of the countries also different. In some countries, they are like they are talking about in the what would be the future of work? What would be the future of work? When skills will change. Yeah, skills are already changing. So what would be the future of work? Will everyone will be employed? Or maybe not, because there will be a lot of automation in years which are coming in the future. So when a lot of automation will happen, then there are certain type of skills which will be required from the workforce. If you don't have those skills, then you are not going to find the job. And from that, they are talking, I saw someone mentioning in the chat, I think universal income. There should be some idea of universal income, like everyone should be getting some income. Like how that is going to work? Is it going to work in every country? Maybe not. Every country has money to pay universal income. No, they don't. uh, and even if you pay someone universal income and they get the salary, the question I asked you in the beginning, around 11 a.m. Jamaica time. I don't know time difference in your area. So I asked you, where do you spend your time? And from there, you understand what you are passionate about and all of those things. So if you will get universal income, where you are going to spend your time? There still has to be time, has to be spent on something. You cannot, you might think that you can sleep all day and eat all day or whatever, but that's not true. After a while, you can maybe sleep for 3, 4, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks, and you can do other things for some time. But after that, you need some, human beings need something to do. They want to do something. They want to always want to do something. I want to do this. Normal people, there can be exceptions, who don't want to do anything, or they are depressed, or they have some mental condition or something. May God cure everyone and no one goes through any mental problem. But there are different type of people in the world. So uh, universal income and those things are there. But so focus was one part I wanted to highlight. Exceeding customer expectation, that improves the perception of quality in the in the mind of the consumer. Productivity, quality. Yeah, any thoughts, any ideas someone want to share before I move on? Yes, Leah, please go ahead. Good to have you. Welcome to the.
Hi. So I'm working with in construction business and with modular building. So when we talk about the future of the production, then it's like it has two lines. It can be either that countries with higher incomes, they go all the factories go on robots, and like they invest in making like eliminating the people, because the higher the income gets, the harder it is to motivate people to give higher productivity. So, and then other possibilities to move all the production to countries that have lower income, because until people have to think every day how they will get food, if they have a roof over their head, they're not going to think about, I'm not happy at work.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yeah, excellent points. Excellent points. Totally agree. These are, if you, that is why maybe I was mentioning that you follow your purpose, follow your passion, but you need to see that some income is also generated from that. So if you don't have your passion purpose right now, you need to continue with the job, because the reality of life is that, the first thing is, the basic necessities, um, food, clothes, uh, where you're going to live, shelter. Yeah, you have to eat, you have to put some clothes on your body, you have to live someplace. So these are some of the things where, and this was very interesting point for those friends who are in international business management last week. Leah has touched on that very nicely. That why companies put their factories in certain countries, certain developing countries, because there they will be able to exploit these type of things. On the other hand, a modern developed European country, they won't be able to do those things, because the worker is educated in a different way. Um, their horizons are broadened, their exposure is more. They understand what is happening in a different way. So if they are educated and skilled and those type of things, then the motive, how to, and she raised the question motivation. That's a very big topic on productivity and quality management, which we will definitely look at over the next 4 year motivation. And so Leah, excellent contribution to the discussion. Happy to have you. I'm going to I wanted to go through some books. Yeah, just I selected just two regular books which are on my website also. Just wanted to quickly scan through them, just to give you some ideas. It's nothing to really worry about. You are not supposed to read the books, and there is no exam and those type of things. Just follow the instruction on OMA, and you should be able to pass the course, hopefully, if you are doing the things which are posted on the OMA. You are not, it's not that you will be asked questions and you are writing essays or something like that. But I want to just expose you with couple of things. So for that, I said, let me open a regular textbook on these issues of quality and productivity. Let's just go through them very quickly and briefly, next 5 6 minutes, 10 minutes, to see what are the things they are talking about. So in a regular quality productivity book, what are the topics they talk about? That is going to sensitize you overall on what are the things which we might talk about in the course. And then you need to spend your time in reading in detail about the ones which are more closer to your heart, just like Leah. She's linked with construction industry and so on. So her interest is going to be definitely different from someone who is maybe doing a major in psychology or English or something like that. But anyways, what are the things they talk about in this under this domain? Yeah, total quality management. Yeah, total quality management, TQM. Yeah, this is something which I'm going to talk about at the end of the book. Yeah, I've made a note, but bear with me here. For example, here they are asking what is quality. Yeah. Raise the question here, what is quality? And then you should reflect on quality is different for different people, why it is important. Yeah. Evolution of quality, again, this is very important area to look at, like how quality evolved. What were the attributes which were considered quality attributes 50 years ago? How with time the perception about quality changed? How internet shaped how we look at quality products? Maybe before internet was there, people would have something in their country, locally made or whatever, and whatever price they were given that product for, they will be happy to give that price and they were okay with that. But now that is not how things happen. You go to the shop, they have the price if it is a global product, international product, and you search online and you see what is the price online. What is the price if I buy online? What is the price if I buy from the business directly? Can they ship directly? You look at these things, internet search and all of those things. So how that would have impacted the way companies look at or manage their quality, those things you would want to uh, think about. The role of management, yeah, role of management, leadership, people who are leading, um, how important their role is in maintaining quality. How important it is that they have a look in the future, like what is the future of that industry. How important it is that they look at the competition, like what are the things competition is doing. Are they bringing in some new technology, new way of doing something, modern way of doing something? Are they bringing that? The resources, allocation of resources. Yeah, if there is some engineer and they want to do some experimentations and they want to create something and they want funds, they want grants, is the company willing to give support that young engineer, giving them grants and okay, do this project? What is going to happen if the engineer fails? Yeah, how are they going to look at it? Those type of things. The role of management, many times workers are, because they are not happy with their job, then they are going to look for motivation from other people, motivation from looking at videos, they want other people to motivate them. They are not self motivated. Maybe I would like to talk about this self motivation and things related in some other day, but just reflect on it. Role of management, um, um, how that is going to impact various areas in in improving the quality, in improving the productivity. And then they are talking about different, like what is the role of senior manager, what is the role of middle manager, what is the role of first line manager, the people who interact directly with the customer. How important it is that they deal with the customer in the right best way. um, that is very hard. A lot of businesses face challenges. They might have a very good product or service, but their customer reps are not dealing with the client in the nice way, or they don't know what to say and what not to say. Are not trained enough. Uh, they are not many times educated also, because it's a low paying job, like the customer rep in majority of the countries, if not all. And many times that can create some type of problems. Yeah. And this, when they were talking about evolution of quality, in the same way you would want to think about these top people in the field. Like for example, Crosby, you need to run searches on all of these people. Like let's do on Crosby, right? So you run a Google search on Crosby, and then maybe run a search on quality 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 management, yeah, or quality philosophy. For example, here, yeah, Philip Crosby, quality gurus. Look at this. Philip Crosby is best known for quality is free. Quality is free. So Crosby is the guy who came up with this term that he said quality is free. What is the meaning of this? Try to understand it. Yeah, I will also talk about it some other day maybe. Yeah, quality is free. On the other hand, quality seems very difficult and very expensive. You have to look at so many things to give a quality product. But if you are looking at Crosby, who is the top guy in the field, he's saying quality is free. What is the meaning of that? Yeah, reflect on that. Yeah, reflect on that. Qualities. The same way you need, and other things he has said, a lot of other things you might want to look into these things. What is Crosby saying in that? Same way you need to look at these other people, Deming, Juran, and so on. These are pioneers in the field. So what are they saying? Put in different terminologies. For example, you can do quality principles. Yeah, quality principles. Quality principles. What are they saying? Philosophies of quality management. What was the philosophy on which Philip Crosby uh, made some suggestions which can help in improving the quality and so on. So same way you're going to do for all these different people, Juran and all of these people which are there. So you can go through the readings here, or best is maybe just run Google searches, find credible sources, and just scan through that. You don't have to read in detail. Just spend like 5-10 minutes on each, 10 minutes on each, and you will learn a lot. What are the basic things um, they are talking about? Yeah, TQM I'm going to talk about in a bit. As I said earlier, look at the systems. Yeah, in the clip we saw, it was talking about systems and procedures, processes. Yeah, why it is important to measure and give feedback. It's very important in quality management. Yeah, measurements. How are you going to take the correct measurement, especially when the definition of quality is going to be different for different people? What one person perceives as quality, other person might not perceive that. So in that domain, feedback and all of those things, you might want to uh, think about that. Yeah, uh, sustaining quality management, because quality is not something which you, if you perform something for the one time and you cannot do it again, then it is not quality. Yeah, um, if you enjoyed one of my courses and the next course you took you did not enjoy, then uh, it's not quality course. It's not quality, because it should, whatever I was able to give in one, I should be able to give similar type of input in the next one. Because if you are taking the next course with me, your expectations, think about expectations and what happens when expectations are not met. You have set a certain criteria for yourself, and if you don't perform on that criteria again, and it is not quality for you. Like, let's say you score in the first semester, you scored like 80s and 90s, 90s, 80s, 90s, 90%. So that is the benchmark you have set yourself, and everyone knows now this is what you are. And next semester, if you get 70%, then everyone is going to ask what happened. Although 70% is a pass also, and many people struggle to get 70%. But for you, everyone is going to ask, because you have shown in the past that you are someone who has taken 80s and 90s. Everyone is going to ask what happened. Nothing really happened. 70 is a nice score. But it is the expectation which is there. You go to a place to eat something and you enjoy it. Next time you go, the food is good but not as good as the last time. Now it is not quality place. The chef is not a quality chef, because with quality it means that whatever is the benchmark of the quality, whatever are the attributes, you should be able to give that again and again and again, because consistency is the critical portion of quality. Whatever quality you have decided, You have to be consistent on that. If you are not giving it consistently, and you are sometimes giving very good, sometimes coming down, sometimes coming up, and it's not quality. You are inconsistent. So your quality cannot be measured because you are not performing on the same level. You are up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. So with that lens, if someone is not intrinsically motivated, and sometimes they are motivated and sometimes they are not motivated, how you are going to link all of that with the teachings of the top guys in the field, and total quality management and so on. Yeah, look at this: internal and external environment. We spoke a little bit about environment. Management style, that's going to be a very big factor in in quality management. Management style: one manager, one leader. You work with them, you are performing good, you are giving productivity, you are giving quality. You work with some other manager, your quality, your productivity is not as good. What really happened? You are the same person. It's the management style. Maybe they were micromanaging, and you are someone who does not like to be micromanaged. Maybe they were on you all the time. Those type of things. Policies, procedures, organizational structure, how the organization is structured. Change. Change again is a lot of things you can think about. Yeah, policies, what your policy is going to be, what would be the cost of producing that quality. Yeah, of course, when you are going to give quality, you are going to give productivity, you will have to spend a lot of time on that. That time could have been spent on other places. Yeah. So the cost of the real cost of something, we spoke about it, for example, last week. What is the real cost of purchasing a pizza or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, the costing. We spoke in our conversation earlier, we were talking about pricing and those type of things. Managing human resources, for example. Yeah, human capital. Yeah, just like we said a while ago, that a person is doing well in under certain leadership, you change the leadership, their work is not as good. What is that? Human resources. Yeah. What that Finding the right talent for the right place. That is key thing. Please pay attention. Finding the right talent for the right job. Finding the right person for the right job. Matching the person with the job is a key thing. That alone can increase productivity and quality. Just that principle alone. If you find the right person for this job, productivity is going to increase. Whatever the job is, whatever you want, whatever you require from the job. So first identifying what is the job, then identifying what are the skill sets you are looking for, and then going in the market and finding the person who already has those skills already. You don't have to train them. They already have those skills already. It's going to improve productivity, it's going to improve quality, it will decrease your workload as manager, because you got the person who already exhibit the characteristics which you want in the organization. Is the right Finding the right person is the right fit. You must have heard this word, fit. Right fit. Now right fit with the culture. The culture. Yeah. Is a right fit. Finding the right fit. So again, what the first question which I asked you, where do you spend, where you want to spend time, and what is the what who you really are, what you want to really do, all of those things. Again, they are essentially asking where you are going to fit in this world. It's a big world. There are so many things, there are so many jobs, there are so many cultures, so many environments, so many countries. where are you going to fit? Yeah, fitness is, I think, key thing in human. In I would say that if you find the right fit, you don't have to worry about anything else. Nothing else is going to be is going to matter. Nothing else. Find the right fit. Find the right fit. Whatever the job is, find the right fit. You won't have to worry about productivity and quality because that person is the right fit for that job. That means the person is going to do what is required, going to ensure that he do that. You will not have to spend time motivating them because they are going to do it because they are the right fit for that job. You won't have to tell them, do this, do that, watch them, when are you coming, when are you going. No, that person is the right fit. The job fits with their personality. They are just going to do that. Every now and then, of course, you will, as a leader, you will have to come in and support. Of course, it's not everything will run on auto. As a leader, your job is to keep an eye on whatever is happening, but the right fit. It's like a shoe. You buy a shoe from the market. Yeah. You buy a shoe from the market. If it is a good right fit for you, you will walk comfortably. But if it is a little inch here and there, you will still wear it, but it is going to keep on troubling your feet, and in the long run it can damage your toes or your walking style also, not in short run. Same thing is with the workers. In the short run, maybe you will work with them and they will be fine, but in the long run you're going to impact the company in ways which you did not really think about. At least this is the way I look at it, the importance of right fit. But again, not everyone agrees with that, so you have to think about these things, like employee involvement, culture, I spoke about that, training, selection, how you pay. Some people get motivated because of the salary. I think someone mentioned in the chat also the money aspect. Personally speaking, that is very wrong way to motivate anyone, that I will pay you this, if you work this I will increase your salary. I feel that as not the right way to motivate. I feel it is very dangerous. But there are people who get motivated by salary, I understand that. Yeah, so there can be some friends sitting in the group and they say, okay, we are motivated by salary. If someone gives us increased salary, it will help us to working harder. I understand that. That's perfectly fine for you. But generally speaking, I am saying that if you want, if people are going, if you are in a company, your workers are going to get motivated by salary increment in salary, and that is the only motivation they have from the work when the year end evaluations are happening. uh, how is that going to work in the long run? You will always have to keep on increasing the salaries. It is all about salaries. What if the company goes in problem? In international businesses, in businesses, things go wrong sometimes. Things don't go the way we thought about it. Those workers, you have the workers who are working hard in your company because you are paying them well. When you will not be able to pay them well, are they going to stick with you? There is no other purpose for them. They were only working for good salary, and now that salary is their lifestyle. They need that salary now to maintain their lifestyle. So it is so it, I understand pay is important. Of course it is important. I mentioned it long time ago today that it's not just passion. The work should be paid also, so that is fine. That is perfectly fine, but it should not be the sole motivation for the workforce. Don't just use the, I'm going to make them more productive, going to increase their salary, they will be more productive. No, it don't happen like that. Just increasing salary is not going to make people productive. Yeah, other things which needs to be done to make them productive. Yeah. Many other things. So just salary alone is not And it is also a very shallow way of motivation. It is not, salary is coming from outside. So real motivation comes from inside, internal desire we spoke about. Yeah. Internal desire. Because many times when you are working hard on some project, you don't know what will be the result. You are working hard just because maybe um, um, you are that way. You want to do anything you do, you want to give a quality product. Anything you do, you want to be productive. That is how is in the initial stage. Any business which was formed, they did not know that they will be successful. Amazon did not know that they will be so productive. They will be giving such quality products to the world. Apple did not know. These companies did not know from day one. It just over a period of time it happened. But as they were on the journey, they always had doubts. They always had doubts. They were always thinking. You can listen, go on YouTube is a great thing. Listen to their videos, what they are saying. Doubts, all the time doubts. What will happen? Our product will launch. Will it be expected? People will accept it or not, or reject it. All of, even now today they are looking at these things. So the end goal is never in our hands. Never. Is the journey, is the journey. So in the journey you need to enjoy that journey. You need to enjoy that journey. Then the productivity and quality might become a byproduct. If an external force is going to say that um, the external force is going to, you're going to use salary, and it works in certain situations, it works, but in the longer run, for productivity and quality, it can create some problems. Yeah, integration and these type of things. Yeah, service quality. Yeah, service quality we spoke about, front desk and those type of things. Service quality, look into the definitions. I'm just scanning through the major things, just to sensitize you that what are the things fall under when you are talking about productivity and quality management. Of course, so many things um, are there. Partnerships, how you form alliances, how you manage their trust. All of those things, of course, very important. um, Quality assurance. Yeah, this is again, you would want to run some Google search on, run a search on this ISO standards, and go on their website and look for what are the international organization for standards, ISO standards. Yeah, so look and go spend time on these website, ISO.org, International Organization for Standardization. Why standardization is important? Because consistency. Standard is set that every time we are going to produce, we are going to produce on this standard, this matrix. Yeah, consistency. The standards are key. You want to make a product, it should be uniform in as you are producing it in different batches over a period of time. So what are those standards then? Environmental standards you can look for. Yeah, sustainability standards. Yeah, you can link that to the conversation and so on. And then there are different numbers, ISO 9000, ISO 9001, and so on. Different, so you can run some searches and read a little bit about them. Yeah, tools and techniques. These are some things which you would want to go in your own time. What are the tools and techniques which can help you in productivity, quality? You can quickly look at one or two. For example, this checklist is a simple tool but very effective, very effective. What is this tool? You, for example, if you want to do groceries, you want to buy some items from the supermarket for the month or something like that. So over the month you will have a list, and you will keep on writing as you remember something. Oh, this thing is, I'm getting short of this thing. Next time I go to the market, I need to buy this. So over a period of time you are making a list, And when you go for grocery, you take that list with you, and as you are picking up the items, you are ticking off, you are checking it. Okay, this is done, this is done, this is done. So now what, in a short period of time, you will be able to get the things which you wanted. Now it's not a burden on your memory or something. Like things to do list, people make it sometimes. Yeah, it helps in many ways. For some people, there can be exception and it does not help them. But majority of the people, if they are going in grocery, it is going to help them to have that checklist. What is going to happen if they don't have that checklist? Then they are dependent on their memory. And when they go to the grocery place, they are just walking around, and what they remember or what they see, they are going to get it. And then they are going to come home. And they come home, it is a possibility that they forgot something. So just having a tool of checklist is going to help them not to forget that thing. And if they forget, they can always go back to the supermarket, but that is going to take time. They are going to burn gas, so more money they will have, and the frustration and all of those things. So think about that in the, for example, planning. You have to plan things. So importance of planning in improving productivity. Yeah, planning. Uh, and these type of tools. So they are talking about these things, checklist. And so you would see that in many places. Like if I want to give some example from daily life, I would see when I would go to some public place, uh, some theater, movie place, cinema, or some even university campus. uh, I see that when I use the washroom, uh, at the back of the door they have a checklist like thing, and it tells us what was the time last time the washroom was cleaned, was it sanitized, what time it was sanitized, who sanitized it, all of those things. What is that? That's a checklist. Yeah. uh, so having that type of information is important. If we want to link it with some business, then we can talk about like how companies service their machines, equipment. They would many times they are going to have that little sticker on it. What one was it serviced? What was the date? Who serviced it? In how much time it needs servicing, or it needs to change oil or whatever. What is that? Yes, these are some tools and techniques which we use. So this way you are going to look into very interesting graphs, and they're easy to look at, nothing hard. You should look into these. For example, this one, Pareto analysis. You should look at that cause and effect. If this happened, then this would happen. If this happened, this would happen. So run. For example, you just run a Google search on this, cause and effect diagrams, and then you look at in your own industry. Let's say, yeah, hotel uh, hotel management. Let's say hotel management, cause and effect diagrams, how they look. Yeah. And then you run some search and look at these type of. So these are in hotel industry, but you can change the industry, banking or whatever, information, how the process flows and so on. So look at, like, for example, this one, room not cleaned, cause and effect. What would happen if that would happen? What would happen if that would happen? And so on. You must have seen it in other courses or somewhere. But these are the tools which different times we use in failure. We spoke about that. Process controls, very important. Yeah, we spoke about that also. That processes, procedures, you saw the clip, you saw also in that also they were talking about benchmarking. Yeah, you benchmark against something. Yeah? You benchmark. So now you want to reach at certain standard, you mark yourself against that bench. That bench is now your standard, the new standard you want to have. For example, you study 3 hours every day, and someone else studies, um, Fatma studies 7 hours a day, and I study 3 hours a day. So now I want to benchmark against maybe Fatma. So then I will ask her different questions. I will ask her, how do you do it? What is your pattern? What are the best practices you can give me, share with me? Yeah. And then there is a concept which is benchmarking best in class. Yeah, benchmarking best in class. Yeah. So those type of things you would want to reflect on and make it linked with the things we were saying earlier. Process re-engineering, for example, as we speak about processes, sometimes you would have to re-engineering uh, process, make it a little bit different because of different needs. Maybe the industry, something is changing in the industry, maybe you want to bring in new technology and so on. Yeah, those type of things. So how, for example, I was looking at some examples in universities, like how universities have re-engineered their processes during the time of COVID. I was reading some things on that. You must be familiar with many things, although you did not really maybe read on this. Like how various processes which you are going through in your university before COVID, how they have changed in the times of COVID. So someone re-engineered those processes. You are doing the same things now, but the process has changed. The process, you are taking classes, but the process has changed. It has gone online. You are paying the fees, you are registering for courses, you are doing all different type of things. But the processes have changed. What is that? That is re-engineering. Re-engineered the process in some way, or modification you can call it. Teams, teamwork, self-assessment model. We spoke, this is how we started, self-assessment. Yeah, very important. Continuous improvement is something I think I touched on when I was talking earlier. Continuous improvement, that how that is going to say. And TQM now, TQM is something which you are seeing all the way. Yeah, even in the first one you saw TQM, and I said I will talk about it in the last. And the reason is that TQM is total quality management. Total quality management. So all the things which are going to impact the management of quality things, they fall under the category of total quality management. All these things, human factor, team factor, process design, all of these things. Yeah, so that is how. This is one book. These are the things which they talk about, generally speaking. So these are some things which I highlighted, couple of things which you need to start looking at in your own time, and maybe when we are making the discussions you can look at it. Here is another book, just to I said let me to look at two different books. Yeah, this is, for example, again look at this, total quality management. Yeah, quality pioneers. Who are quality pioneers? Crosby, Juran, Deming, these type of people. I asked you to run some searches and understand why they are, what they are saying, what it really means when they say quality is free. What is the meaning of that? Why did they? So leadership, yeah, we spoke about that, the importance of leadership, the culture, how the culture is going to impact quality, how communication. I think Eleonora mentioned communication in the chat a while ago. Yeah, management systems, processes, designs. Yeah, so different courses, the things which you would have learned in different courses are going to come join together in this short interaction of this week. Yeah, information, of course, very important. Information, data collection. Yeah, and analyzing it, making decisions on them. You have to do these type of things. Yeah, planning, we spoke about planning. Yeah, mission, vision, that is where I started from. Goal, what is the purpose? So same for your business also, you have to look at that. Environments, we spoke about. Differentiation, we did not use the word, but we spoke about differentiation. How are you going to make yourself stand out? Yeah, how you are going, we spoke about it couple of times without using the term differentiation. For example, when I gave you that example of the guy who was giving one extra, what was that? That was, he was differentiating himself from the other people. He was differentiating. So some people would differentiate like that. There are other various techniques you want to think about and read about human resource development. Yeah, and you are seeing similar type of things they are discussing. They will talk about these type of things just in time. Yeah, just in time. Yeah, JIT technique. So you want something, you get it fresh, freshly baked, just in time. So you want bread, for example. So the company would say that we don't make breads from before. Customer comes in, we make a special bread for them right away in 2 minutes, and it is ready, and they are gone, and they get that fresh bread. So we will create the product just in time, because we are creating just in time. It will be fresh, and all of those things. But if you want to create anything just in time, it is going to take different type of planning, different type of mechanisms you would want to put in place. Yeah, yeah. It is more difficult to do something just in time. If you make it from before, and then as the customer is coming, you give it to them, that is different. But just to prepare everything for every customer right on the spot, going to be. But when we go to restaurants, yeah, they give us the perception that they are making it just in time for us. So we order something and they make it right away for us, but that is not true. They are making in that time, yes, but they have done the process. A lot of process has been done before. A lot of process has been done before. Yeah. So these type of human side of customer focus, yeah, job satisfaction and customer satisfaction. You guys did some quick research and posted in the marketing role of marketing sales. I gave you some examples about how they place the products in the shelf and so on. Those are the things they are going to talk about. Customer retention, we spoke about this also. Yeah, retaining the customer will come back again. But if the customer goes to the other place and they serve them properly, and the customer start liking their product, we said that the customer might not come back. Yeah. So every time is a with customer, it is every time you have to please them. Every time you have to please them again and again. Every time you have to. It's not that you enjoyed the course last week and I say, okay, no problem, this week will be fine. No, I have to perform again. Same thing for you. You may be very vocal and everything last week, and this week you say, let me take it easy. No, it does not happen like that. You have to perform every time. Like look at the sports people, sports star which you really like. Yeah, the tennis or football or cricket, whatever. Which ones you really like, and which teams you can depend on, which teams you can bet on. Although betting is not a good thing to do, but I'm just saying it. Yeah, which team you really support, which team you think are going to win. They are consistent. They again and again, that player, you can depend on them, that even in tough time it can be that they are losing the match, but that they are going to come out again and win the match from somewhere. What is that? How that sportsman is going down and suddenly he can change his direction? How? Yeah, he never gives up. He never looks at the defeat. He's always thinking, I'm going to win. That type of. So that gives him the productivity. And you like those type of sports people who you can depend on, who are going to. On the other hand, is a team, one time it performs very good, the other time it does not perform good, other time you don't know what will happen. So you may like the team, but you cannot really bet on them, because you don't know what is going to happen. You don't know what that sports person is going to do. Today is their day or today is not their day. You don't know that. Yeah. So that is not then quality or productivity, at least in the business business management, benchmarking, these type of things. Yeah. Quality and productivity, they are making the linkages. Please pay attention to this chapter, maybe scan through that in your own time. Cost of quality. What is the cost of quality? On one hand, quality is free, and then there is a cost of quality. Yeah, so these things you might want to run quick searches on, and get a little bit of a familiarity. Process they are talking about, that tells us how important it is. Data, information about customer requirement, job satisfaction requirements, those type of data, which is now again, data is not same across the world. As you are posting in chat, different countries have different numbers on that. Yeah, tools different, easy to look at. Cause and effect diagram, you guys I think are speaking something. Some people are, I think, posting in chat also some things. Look into that. So these things you might want to try. A fishbone diagram, very interesting. Yeah, those are the things you should be looking at. They are very easy. Fish and bone, you just, diagram is like a fish bones, and you are just putting in the number. But look at these things in the industry you would be interested in. Some nice stories you have put for you. So these are the things. ISO standards, I asked you to run some search on that. Yeah, that would be nice. In your own country, maybe there are some standards which look at quality improvements. You might want to look at in your own country, like how in your country they look at the product quality. How do they measure that? Because ISO is international, but maybe in your own country also they have some standards. Yeah. So not maybe, of course, there are of course some standards which different industries have to qualify for. Just like, one friend was saying she's from construction industry. So in our industry, there are some standards which they need to maintain. Otherwise, their plans are not going to get passed. So same way in all industries, they have these, there are some awards and these type of things. You can look at it in your own time. Reliability. Yeah, I did not use the term, I said consistency, but it is reliability. If it is not consistent, then you cannot rely on it. If you cannot rely on something, then it's not a product, it's not productivity you're going to get. It's not the real productivity you are going to get, not the real quality, because it's not reliable. You cannot just close your eyes and say, okay, if I'm going to this place and pay this much, this is what I'm going to get. Yeah. You cannot say that, because sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less, sometimes more tasty, sometimes less tasty, all of those things. So reliability or consistency. Six Sigma, for example. Yeah, this is interesting concept. You can learn a little bit about that. Six Sigma. For example, you can say Six Sigma, how many defects per million. Yeah, in Six Sigma. Yeah, so Six Sigma is saying if you are performing at that level of Six Sigma, it says that you will have 3.4 defects per million. So you are making those ballpoint, which I was showing you, this ballpoint, and you make 1 million ballpoints, and out of 1 million, 3.4 will be defected. By defected, they mean they don't have the same standard, same criteria, same objective which you set for. Yeah, so 3 points. So see how high level uh, of quality it would be when you are performing at Six Sigma. Yeah, so look into this, and there are other principles also. Or someone mentioned healthcare, so our friend from Germany. So they have this example, but you don't have to look at healthcare or anything. What I'm trying to say, these things you try to find and know about these things in your own industry. Like I told you that I was reading about benchmarking in universities. I'm interested in universities. Another friend, she's interested in maybe construction, so you look at that. If you are interested in healthcare, then of course you look into these things. But look in your industry where you're interested, where you want to carry on, and so on. So I think that is how. So these are the things what is in the quality and productivity per se. Yeah, these are the things uh, which uh, which are there. So on my website, I've made some postings. In your own time, you are going to look into these things. History of quality, you don't have to necessarily go through this. For example, I asked you to look at Joran, Crosby, Deming. They are the history of quality, how they came up with this idea of quality, how it evolved over a period of time. So I posted here also, like for your reference, Deming, Crosby, Joran, what they are saying, and so you can look at these things also. But I think it would be nice if you run your own searches on the things which you are going to like. Yes, Lean Six Sigma and these type of things. Yeah. Um, what is the cost of poor quality? Like for example, what would be the cost of poor quality? The cost of poor quality is that you will have to do it again because it is not done properly. So for example, you take a course in your university and you don't do it properly and you fail the course. So what is the cost of poor quality? You can always retake the course, but the cost is that you will have to retake it. That means you will have to pay again, money wise, finance. Then you will have to, the time, you will graduate late because now you have to retake the, then your reputation, your, everyone will maybe know that you failed the course. Reputation, what is the cost of losing reputation? You cannot really measure it in numbers. It is hard. Yeah. And your own self esteem, self, how you look at yourself, you will think that maybe you are not smart enough, or other people will think that, all of those. So that is the cost of poor quality. That is why they say that whenever you are doing something for the first time, do it properly the first time, because then otherwise you will have to redo it again. And then when you even if you redo it and you are able to do it, then still there can be challenges of these, like the lost your credibility, that you are not able to do it very well the first time. Those type of things, I have posted the link. Usually I show them these type of links in the class, but today I wanted to spend some time talking generally about, the first half an hour, 40 minutes I was talking about knowing yourself and those type of things. That would be important. These are some exercises on service quality. um, these are some scenarios, you can play them and see what is happening, and ask yourself what would you do differently if you were in this type of situation. So these are some scenarios for you, and some examples are little old examples. You don't have to necessarily see these examples. You find the examples in your industry, what you are. This is hotel, this is hospital, but you find examples in your own industry. This is Honda, what they do in improving quality, and so on. um, I showed you this one, ingredients of quality management. Interesting ones: define, measure, analyze, improve, keep on improving, control, have some control mechanisms that ensures that you are able to give the reliability, consistency, time and again, and so on. Yeah, these type of things you would want to. Quality management system, this clip, this is a short clip, please watch it. It is going to define what are the 3-4 things you need to look at in creating a system of quality management. It is very short. Yeah, it gives you a rough idea of when you are creating a system, and this will also help you in understanding the processes and those type of things. This is a very important, very interesting tool. Rule 80-20 rule, improving productivity, basic rule, but essentially it says that 20% of 80% of the productivity is going to come from 20% of the tasks you are going to take. And there are some friends who are expert in explaining this, so in the class, and guys have mentioned these type of things um, uh, earlier. I'm gonna pick up from these things maybe tomorrow. uh, I wanna leave you with the with this one maybe. Yeah, gonna leave you with this one, and it's a short clip. Please look at it and pay attention what is happening in the clip, and then we are going to talk a little bit about it. It goes very fast. It's just 1 minute long. So please pay attention what is happening. Yeah. Okay. I want to replay the clip as we are closing. So this is, as you saw, is some things are happening on a factory floor, and you can see that how active the factory floor is, and how everyone knows what to do, and see how many people are there, how many machines are there, but everyone knows exactly what they need to do and how they need to do it, and everyone is so focused. And so it seems that this environment is very productive, and they are really producing some productivity, and there's of course some quality, because everyone knows what exactly to be done, and everyone is so focused and sharp if you look at it. But then as you observe, that what is happening is that there is a manager who is standing there, as you can see in the frame now, and he is looking at them and he is managing them. He seems like a very strict person, and of course he's going to maybe fire the people who are not showing productivity. He's looking at the time and all those type of things, and is satisfied. He's looking, everyone is performing, and he is there. So what the point is, that the manager, as long as the manager is there, everyone is focused and everything, and they are doing the thing what is required. But see, now the manager is going in the room. What is happening now? As the manager goes and the workers look at, manager is gone, and they turn on the TV and start looking at their show, and no one is working now. Yeah, no one is working. So as the manager was looking at them, they were working, but as the manager stopped looking at them, they stopped working. So look in your life. Look in your life. You are doing the things to please other people. When you are working in office, you are working because other people are looking at you, or you are at home. When you are studying open book when mommy or daddy are close by, and just to show them that you are studying, and then they are gone, you are maybe looking at your phone or whatever you want to do. It's an interesting thing to look at in productivity and quality. Like when the boss is there, you're always uh, you're always trying to show that you are working and all of those things, but as they are not there, you are maybe not working as hard. So is that really productive environment? What are the problems which this manager need to resolve? As a matter of fact, the manager does not know that this is happening, because as he was there, they were working hard. Now he's not there, so not working hard. So with this, I'm going to close. Thank you very much. So